Hi, my name is James Rogers. This is my presentation entitled In My Voting Era, How Taylor Swift Fans Mobilize on Social Media for Collective Action. People form connections and communities through social media, especially around popular culture. My chosen topic is fandom. For the case study, I have chosen to focus on the Taylor Swift fandom. Specifically, this presentation addresses how Taylor Swift fans mobilize and drive collective action on social media. I will argue that these fans form connections by engaging in fanish activities on social media, which makes them effective at collective action, sharing examples from platforms such as Reddit, TikTok, and Twitter. Let's go through some key concepts. Interest publics or communities of interests. Bruns explains social media enables the formation of groups around a shared topic of interest, referred to as interest publics or communities of interest. Zhang introduces the concept of fandom publics to describe how fan communities operate as active participants rather than passively consuming media. These communities are not merely social groups for entertainment, but spaces of discourse and activism. Affordances can be broadly defined as what media technologies allow people to do. I will discuss how social media affordances allow people to form connections and communities. And finally, Gubardo outlines the notion of clustered publics or interest clusters, which signals a shift from social networks to social interest clusters by using a system of algorithmic content curation. My main argument is that the Taylor Swift fandom formed connections by engaging in fanish activities on social media, such as fanelect, fan theories, and coordinated campaigns, which make them effective at collective action. Fans are active participants who engage in discussions and create content for entertainment, but also activism. Platforms like Reddit allow communities of interest to form, such as the subreddit r Taylor Swift, where fans gather in large numbers to discuss all things Taylor Swift. Currently, the subreddit has 304,000 visitors weekly and over 4,000 weekly contributions. Reddit has dedicated community pages, whereas TikTok and Twitter use algorithmic feeds, hashtags, and keywords to form interest clusters. All of these platforms make it easy to share user generated content in the form of text, links, images, and videos. Fanelect. Fanelect is a portmanteau, a mixture of fan and dialect. It is the language used by fans, such as incorporating song lyrics and other references in interactions to communicate with each other. The purpose is to identify yourself as a fan and build community as well as emotional connection. Here are some examples of fanelect, which include jargon, fanish abbreviations, lyrics, and fan theories, and creating memes. Here are some examples of fanish abbreviations, generally related to songs or albums. A newer one might be TTPD, Tortured Poets Department. And there's an example, a little TTPD, the Tortured Poets Department, referring to the album. Fans discuss theories on social media, such as Reddit, under the subreddit r Taylor Swift, to express their thoughts, ideas, and interpretations. They search for hidden clues in Taylor Swift's online content. These Easter egg hunts serve as a form of playful engagement and community building. They also share content such as fan art and memes. Here are some examples here. So we've got the fan theory mega thread on Reddit. That is a type of affordance. And some commentary fan theories and Easter egg hunts, different types, looking at music videos and examining different Easter egg theories. Here are some examples of fan art, fan content. These include bracelets and different types of reimagining of different types of fan art. It can also include memes, which I have not included in this presentation. Over the years, fans have initiated campaigns to support Taylor Swift's music. As Fuller demonstrates, Taylor Swift fans used a hashtag campaign on Twitter to encourage people to vote for Taylor Swift's song, Shake It Off, into the Triple J Hottest 100 music poll in 2015. They used the hashtag Tay4Hottest100 to promote their cause. Here are some more examples of fan coordinated collective action. Some more recent examples. We have Protect Taylor Swift, the Swift Initiative, and Swifties for Kamala. Let me explain some of these in a bit more depth. Protect Taylor Swift was all about when there was a lot of deepfake pornography, which had Taylor Swift's face on it, and it was all over X, the platform also known as Twitter. And fans came together to report all the content on X, and they got all their friends and fellow fans to do the same. Here is a post which is using the key phrase "Protect Taylor Swift" to flood the feeds with and algorithm with this new content instead of the deep fakes. Okay, the Swift is one particular initiative from the voters of tomorrow, but this whole initiative actually sums up a number of different initiatives around the same topic. It's about the response to the Ticketmaster fiasco or Ticketmaster controversy. Swift stands for Swifties Working to Increase Fairness from Ticketmaster. But there was also just collaboration with different fans who are lawyers and from a variety of different backgrounds, content creators, and people who just wanted to buy tickets were sharing tips and sharing their stories about how they didn't get tickets and how they missed out, and how the Ticketmaster system, you know, wasn't efficient. So they, this one in particular, they came up with this initiative, which was looking towards legislation, and so there was at least one lawsuit that I know of to pursue the fairness on behalf of all those who try to get tickets for the Eras tour. This campaign is called Swifties for Kamala. This campaign was a political campaign to get people to register to vote, but obviously to get people to vote for Kamala Harris for the presidency. It quickly gained momentum. The campaign used a lot of fanish activities to promote their cause. They handed out the friendship bracelets, specially branded friendship bracelets that had Swifties for Kamala, and even a lot of the politicians and political candidates, congresspeople wore them, but fans wore them. And they also used a lot of fanelect in the promotion on social media to incorporate different Taylor Swift cultural references, and the language that is used is in reference to Taylor Swift song lyrics or the name of songs. Now, they quickly gained momentum on social media with 100,000, almost 200,000 social media followers, and they had a lot of registrations, and they ended up raising over $200,000 for the political campaign, and also over $25,000 for a disability charity as well. So they were very successful in their campaign, and since the election, they have now rebranded to Swifties for Hope, and they are not as active at the moment as they once were, but you may see them on social media such as TikTok, X, or maybe Facebook or Instagram as well. So, these three elements, fan elect, discussions, and campaigns, build community and help fans to be effective at organizing collective action. In this presentation, I have argued that the Taylor Swift fandom form connections by engaging in fanish activities on social media, such as fanelect, fan theories, and coordinated campaigns, which make them effective at collective action. Fans are not passive, they are active participants who engage in discourse and create content for entertainment, but also activism. I have shared examples of how fans have collaborated to mobilize for collective action. Finally, all of this is possible due to social media platforms, which facilitate the affordances to form these communities and the means to achieve these activities. Thank you for listening. I look forward to your questions.